Can y'all hear me okay? YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. Let me know if I'm heard. YouTube, what is up? Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. What's up? Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check. Mic check, 1, 2. What's up, Edward? What's going on? It is, what time is it? Ian, what's up? It's about 1:20 p.m. Friday. So I didn't have a video or a vlog for today because yesterday I literally just chilled around the house all day with the kids, and so I didn't do any recording yesterday. Let's see. There we go. Now I can see the chat. What's going on in you guys' world? Trying to somewhat clean this truck up. What's going on, everybody? What do y'all have going on this? Actually, this is probably my first time being in Laredo, and it's not scorching hot. It rained pretty good earlier today, so I think that cooled down the weather quite a bit, which is definitely helping out my AC situation. But I'm getting unloaded right now, and they gave me a little buzzer. Been here for about 15 minutes or so. What's going on, Timmy? What do y'all have going on? What's the plan for the weekend? So tomorrow, which is Saturday, is my little girl's birthday. Her birthday was Wednesday, her second birthday, but we're having her birthday party at the house tomorrow. And so I'm gonna get home late tonight. We have a party at the house tomorrow, and then Sunday I leave right back out. I'm going down to the Atlanta, Georgia area. Atlanta, Georgia. So the load I'm about to pick up out here in Laredo, I'm going to be doing a drop and hook at the Landstar Laredo terminal. So I'm dropping off this crappy trailer that I've been having issues with the door, and y'all keep hearing that stupid air situation right there. I'm dropping that off at the Laredo terminal, and then I'm grabbing a preloaded trailer that's going out to Atlanta. That load is paying, I think, $3,300, $3,500, something like that. It pays pretty good. But it'll start off my week with $3,300. So that is a good look. So I should be doing pretty good next week. Trying to clean this truck up some, guys, so I don't go home with a super unorganized, dirty truck. What load is this? Oh, okay. Okay, that's that. Okay. What do y'all have going on? Who else? Everybody check in. Who else do we have here? What do y'all have going on this Friday? But what do y'all have going on for the weekend? Guys, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I've been trying out this new, you don't see it? No, barely no. Can I take it down? No. Y'all probably can't see it, but I've been trying out the new Visor Buddy products, and it's been working pretty good. I need to put this one back up. man, my truck has been so unorganized the past couple of really couple of weeks. Y'all can see that. What's up, Dexter? I don't want to be a complete slob, guys. I'm trying to somewhat clean up this truck. Literally got stuff all over the place. Ah. Come on, y'all. What's going on this weekend? I know y'all ain't doing nothing this weekend. And I do have some news, guys. I do have some news for you. Actually, I have two announcements to make. Actually, all right. So the first uh, hint, I don't even want to say hint, but the first piece of information. So by this weekend, we should have an answer with the cab over by this weekend. So hopefully by Saturday or Sunday or so. Well, it's the weekend. I'll say by Monday afternoon, I should have an answer on the cab over on what we're going to decide to do on that. So that's some news. Whether we're going to get it or find something else to get. The other piece of information of news is I made a phone call this morning, and that phone call was to my Christopher. There's a different announcement as well. You know what, Christopher? Me personally, I do not like. This is really going to be a conflict, like, because I'm going to be contradicting myself here. All right, CB Radio, please stop. Okay, so uh, I'm not really a big fan of the international brand. Okay, um, I got the Lone Star for marketing purposes for YouTube. Now, um, do I think it's a good truck after driving it for? Yeah, this year makes it a month. I mean, this month makes it a year. Uh, she's a workhorse. I do give the truck its props. But the ProStar, I think, is one of the ugliest trucks out there. That's just my personal opinion. I cannot stand the ProStar. I drove one for the last company I worked with, and a lot of stuff just did not make sense in that truck. Like with the different buttons and stuff, it just did not make sense. The Lone Star is growing on me. I'm not gonna lie, she's growing on me a little bit. But my wife is actually the one that had the final say so, like the big uh, influence of choosing this truck. Dexter, yeah, I like Peterbilt. Don't get me wrong. The 379 is a beautiful truck. But y'all know, I am a Kenworth guy. W9 all day, every day. W900 studio sleeper with the couch back there, all day, every day. If we're talking like economic truck, as far as fuel and stuff, I'm going with the T680. That's just me. Oh, the T680 over the Cascadia and over the ProStar and over any Mac or any Volvo. T680 all day, every day. My personal opinion. So anyway, as I was saying, so y'all know before I was in trucking, I was in the music industry, right? And being in the music industry, I had my own merch. I had T-shirts. Did I have hats? No, I had a sponsor for hats. I had all kinds of stuff. So I hit up my old merch guy who used to make my T-shirts and stuff. I talked to him this morning, and we're going to be putting our brains together and coming up with some Lone Star Texas Ranger merch. So I've been listening to you guys, so we're going to be working on some merch. So we're working on T-shirts, and we're working, of course, on some Lone Star Texas Ranger bandanas. So I'm trying to, I guess since you guys are here, I'll get y'all's input. I have two options on the shirts, okay? I don't know if I should just do your typical, trucker T-shirts where it has like the little patch up here in the front and then like the big old thing back there in the back, or if I should get like your quarter length, 3/4 length shirts that come out to about here, but they have like the stars on them, and I have some kind of design on the shirt or whatever. Almost like the baseball type tees, baseball shirts, to where it's quarter length, where it comes down all the way down to here, but it's almost like a baseball type tee. What do y'all think? Should we go with the baseball type tee with it's got the stars on the arm and it's usually white here? Because with the stars, Lone Star, Texas Rangers, y'all get it. So it'd be like a 3/4 length shirt, but it fits. It's not snug, but it fits. And so we'll have probably about up to about a 3X or 4X, so it'll fit you, but it's a 3/4 length shirt. Or should we go with your typical trucker tee, where it's your basic trucker T-shirt, maybe even like a long sleeve version of it, but it has like your typical what's that brand called? Hammerlane type shirts where it has like the patch up here on the chest and then like the big old logo or truck back there in the back. What do you guys think? Let me know. So that is my next project, is working on some merch for the channel. So what do you guys think? Let's take a vote. Nolan thought that any shirt should have the cowboy truck with the bandana on the roof. Oh, Jared, that is a good idea. That is a good idea. Timmy, 3/4 length? Okay. Let me see if I can find a picture so I can show y'all kind of what I'm looking at. Baseball tee, okay. I see y'all's comments. I'm about to address y'all here in a minute. Somebody's trying to call me. Okay, so the tees would look something like. Actually, I'll just go to his website. He's got them on his website. All right, so I'm on his website. So it'll be a T-shirt kind of like. I just saw it. I don't know where it went. Let's see. Shop. Oh, they got camo too, guys. Huh. So it'll be something like this shirt here. Y'all see that shirt? How's the 3/4 length? So he has camo. I didn't know you had that too. So he has a camo 3/4 length, and then he has. This is the one with the stars I was telling y'all about. So it could be that kind of style too. But this is my homeboy's brand, guys. It's called iPraise, like iPhone, but it's like iPraise. He also has them in short sleeve too. Actually, guys, I think I'm probably on his website too. Cause he was one of my sponsors back when I was in the music industry, and so I had to do a photo shoot with him and all that stuff to kind of help promote his brand. I might be able to find those pictures. All right, let's see what you guys just said. What does the spot market look like in Texas? It's hit or miss. Houston is doing pretty good right now. Was doing decent. What's going on? Apple Yard, Apple Yard Garden Wooden Crafts. I got that right. Yeah. Okay. What's going on? The spot market freight. Um, Houston is pretty good. Where I'm at right now in Laredo is always good. Can't go wrong with Laredo. San Antonio, Austin are not that good. Dallas is definitely hit or miss. Loads going out to like Odessa, Midland, Amarillo, Lubbock, always do good. But trying to find a load coming out is always hit or miss. El Paso, I know the rates aren't the best coming out of there, but you'll probably most likely find a load coming out of Laredo, out of El Paso. So it's definitely hit or miss. So y'all saw those pictures. Are y'all in agreement with the 3/4 length with the stars on them? I'm gonna try to see if I can find some of the modeling I did for them. What do y'all think? Hopefully in the next month or so, we can get some stuff printed out. And it will say, what was it? Faith Family Freight. It will say that on there. 3/4, okay. Actually, here's some pictures of me back when I was on tour. It's me wearing one of the shirts there. That one's a short sleeve right there. Uh, this is me on stage right here. That's a short sleeve one. Y'all see the October 2019. I was actually modeling this brand too. Where is that at? Oh, that's right. Laura used to have her own clothing brand too. Here's another picture of me on stage. That's a short sleeve one. Here's some of them. Like now, these were like sleeveless hoodies here. Um, let's see. Yeah, y'all see how these are like? I think I think those were sleeveless hoodies. Okay, so 3/4 length it is. Unless somebody else has another vote. But it looks like as of right now, 3/4 length is the way to go. Now here's my other question: who would actually? Okay, y'all. So I can't be buying all this merch and y'all not buying. If we get these shirts going, of course I'm not gonna rob you guys on the shirts. It's not gonna be no $30 for a shirt. No, I don't play that. Even when I was in the music industry, we had our shirts priced really really low. Actually, here's a news article somebody did on me here. I'm wearing one of the shirts. His union was our ministry that we had. But I'm wearing the shirt there. And this is actually the black dude right here. He's the one that owns the clothing brand right there. Uh, but yeah, we were in Miami actually. We were on tour. We had a show in Miami, and we got an RV and did all of that. All right, sleeveless. Yeah, sleeveless shirts are cool. 3/4, 3/4. Ooh, with a matching bandana. Ooh, that would be tight. All right, guys. So if we actually get this merch going, who's actually going to buy the merch? That's my question. I cannot be spending because this merch is not cheap. So you have to buy the shirt itself or the bandana itself, and then you have to buy the screen, which the screen is the stamp. What's going on, Mr. Arden N? Richmond, Virginia in the house. Appreciate that, David. Okay, I got you. Okay, got you in. Let me see. Wouldn't you be able to get it? Yeah. So we're gonna set up a whole website thing, and then we're gonna so you can order your size and all that stuff online. We're gonna do it legit, guys. We're gonna do it legit. So guys who are just tuning in, I was letting the guys know that we're finally gonna get some merch going. I talked to my T-shirt guy earlier that I used to work with back in the music industry. I had a good 15, 20-minute phone call with him earlier, and we're going to be meeting up here the next couple of weeks to get some merch going. And of course, I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride, and we're going to put our heads together, and we're going to come up with some merch. So But yeah, so I was saying with the price of the shirts, so you have to pay for the shirt itself, then you have to pay for the print, which is the like the stamp or the actual logo. You have to pay for each color that's printed on the shirts. So if you have three colors on your shirt, you have to pay for each color individually. Then you have to pay for the printing itself. And of course, the more shirts you buy, the cheaper it goes down by shirt. So if you order 15 shirts, it might be $10 a shirt. If you order 50 shirts, it might be, I don't know, $13 a shirt. What's going on, Khalid? If you buy 100 shirts, the price goes down the more shirts that you buy. So guys, so what do y'all? So for those of y'all who are just, I know, right, trying to beat that heat. I'm in Laredo right now, and this heat, is brutal down here. So guys, so y'all agree on the 3/4 length shirts? So something like this one. Yeah, it'll say faith, family, freight. So that'd be a 3/4 length, and it have the design probably on the front and on the back, or just your typical regular trucker T-shirt with the little thing on the chest and a picture on the back. And I was telling the guys earlier that they have some shirts. It'll either be the camo 3/4 length shirts like that, or it'll be guys, I lost it. Where'd it go? It'll be some shirts like it'll be some shirts like this. I can't find it. Some shirts like this, but it'll be 3/4 length. So y'all see there, right there, 3/4 length right there. So it'll be just like that, 3/4 length, but it has the stars, which will represent Lone Star Texas Ranger. Or do y'all think just regular, typical trucker T-shirts? So for those of y'all who are just tuning in, let me know what y'all think. And I also announced earlier that by Monday afternoon or so, we should hopefully have an answer on what we're going to do about the cab over. And wouldn't it be dope if we got a shirt with the cab over on it too? 102 here with the heat index in Virginia. Wow. Woo! Wow. So what do you guys think? Because if we get these shirts, I want you guys to be involved in the design process as well. So we're going to get a picture of the truck, a real nice picture of the truck. We're going to put the truck somewhere on the shirt. I don't know if it'll be on the front or on the rear. And then we're going to have the Faith Family Freight on the opposite side. And I got to come up with a logo. Then I got to send a logo off to him. And then we have to go shopping for the shirts. Because I can get the shirts Actually, I should be able to get the shirts wholesale. Because I still have my wholesale license from back when I was in the music industry. And so yeah, guys, we're moving on up. We're going to go ahead and go for this merch. What's up, Twisters Music? We were just discussing merch ideas. So I was talking to my T-shirt guy earlier, who I used to work with back in the music industry, and we're going to be working on some merch, some T-shirts and bandanas. And I was asking the guys, should we come up with just your typical trucker T-shirt with just a patch and like your big old picture in the back, or these are the shirts I used to wear back in the music industry. They're 3/4 length shirts, like that one right there. And it has the stars on the arms, which represent Lone Star Texas Ranger. This is my homeboy's website here, who I'll be using to make the shirts. So he has the 3/4 length shirts with the stars on them. He has the short sleeves with the stars on them. And then he also has shirts like this. He also has the 3/4 length with the with camo on it too. So Twitch's Music, what do you think? What do you think? And I was also showing everybody, back in the day when I was in the music industry, I used to wear the shirts right there. And they're really comfortable, but they do fit. They fit pretty snug. And we were talking about it, and we didn't know how that was really going to fit with people. because we know truckers are not all truckers are my size. There's some truckers who are a lot more horizontally challenged than I am, a little bit more big boned. Why don't you do a picture of the front of your truck in the front and a picture of the back? Oh, that's a good idea. Can you do a picture of a truck on a t-shirt and can you do a picture of a truck on a t-shirt? Yes. So we talked about caps too. So we're going to be doing caps, we're going to be doing shirts, and we're going to be doing bandanas. We're going to be doing all three. So it's going to cost quite a bit of money. It's going to cost some money to do all this. But you guys have been super supportive of the channel, and I can't have y'all walking around with no Lone Star Texas Ranger gear. So I want to get you guys involved in the design of the shirts and some phrases. And I don't know, what do I always say on the channel? I don't know. Y'all listen to me speak more than I hear myself speak. Is there something I say often? Is there something, I don't know. Y'all tell me. I do like the fitted shirt idea because I wear a lot of like fitted shirts, but I didn't know if y'all prefer like the fitted 3/4 length shirts or some actual trucker t-shirts. Yeah, Mr. Odd and Ian, I like that idea. It's actually a dope idea because nobody's ever done that, and then nobody else has a Lone Star. Everybody's got the Peterbilts and the Kenworths, which is why we chose this truck to begin with from the beginning. And I can market it as, ooh, beanies. That's a good idea. Beanies and hoodies too. I like that idea. See, you guys are giving me the ideas here. What do y'all think? Beanies. You're gonna have to come up with a logo too. Yeah, I can do the beanies just in time for winter coming up. Yeah, but right now we can kind of do like I'll look into maybe some sleeveless shirts. But for sure the 3/4 length, because nobody else is doing that in the trucker industry, like the baseball type tees. Everybody's doing like your trucker hammer lane type shirts, but nobody's doing fitted shirts, especially 3/4 length. But you guys will be the one. I mean, I'll be wearing it too, of course. But you guys will be the ones, you know, purchase. Well, I'll be purchasing it too. I gotta purchase a large quantity of it. So y'all know what I'm saying. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Hoodies and beanies, okay. And I also thought about some reflective vests too. I thought about doing some reflective vests. Maybe hard hats in the future, but reflective vests. You can do beanies and other products of the concept of truck that I mentioned. Yep, definitely. Okay. Okay, yeah. See, you guys are better than this than I am. What do y'all think? Of course, ink pens, mugs, all that stuff will come over time. But of course, like I said, the stuff is not going to be overcharged. I'm not trying to get rich off of it. It's just something fun, for us to do. Even back in the music industry, everybody else's shirts. Y'all know when you go to concerts, shirts are typically between 30 to 50 to 55 bucks. This was a couple of years ago, so it might be more than that now. Even during the Coachella, when I did the Bad Bunny tour, those shirts, the Bad Bunny shirts, guys, a picture of your intro in the back. Oh, that would be dope. Yeah. Those shirts, guys, at Coachella were going for about $75 with Bad Bunny's picture on them. And some of the hoodies are going for $100. There is no way in the world. That's highway robbery. That's almost price gouging almost. And people were lined up. That line was back all the way up, and people were buying that crap. But our shirts, I'm only going to do like a 25% markup on them. So if I pay, let's just say hypothetically, I pay, $10 for the shirt altogether. You know, for the shirt, the printing and all that stuff, it's gonna be a 25% markup. So the shirt's gonna be like $12.50. Maybe even slighter, more of a markup because you have shipping and stuff in there too. But no more, depending on the product, no more than like a 50% markup. If I pay $10 for the shirt, it's gonna be between $12.50 to $1,500. This is not something to get rich off of. It's just something fun to do and something to represent you. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I know what it's like. Being on the other end of things, and you walk up, trying to buy a shirt or something, and and it's way out of your price range, especially being a kid. There's no way. I want them to be priced to where you can, you know, uh, you can buy enough for the whole family and not go broke. Let's see, what's up? Can be representing your company and church. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna put my own brand on there for sure. Yeah, gloves too. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. Guys, we're gonna go all out with this. So starting off, we'll start off with the shirts and maybe the hats. Build that revenue up, and then there ain't no telling what other products we're gonna get. Sky's the limit. Definitely do something with the front and back of your shirt. Yeah, so I know for sure we're gonna do the face, family, freight. I don't know any other sayings. It's just it'll come to me just kind of being out and around and driving. But I do love that face, family, freight. We're gonna put that on the shirt for real. But like I said, I don't want to rob people. Like, it's definitely gonna be affordable. And if I can price them good enough, I can offer free shipping too. I don't know. But just some ideas. Just some ideas I'm just throwing around. But yeah, currently I'm getting unloaded here in Laredo. Knowing Laredo, it's probably gonna be a while. Trying to get unloaded here so I can go probably about 15 miles up the road to go do a drop and hook at the Laredo terminal, and then get on home so I can help set up for Genesis' birthday tomorrow. But I do need to clean this truck up because it has gotten way out of hand. Let's see, do y'all have any other ideas for the channel? Yeah, I do have. Uh, Thank you, Dexter. Appreciate that. Um, yeah, I could put it in stores, but when putting it in stores, you have to mark up the price quite a bit because you have a shelving. From back when I remember when I was doing music, you have a shelving fee, so they charge you. I think it's like depending on the store, it could be like 25 to like $50 for like your shelving fee, and that's per product, like per shirt. Not each individual shirt, but like your bulk of shirts. So let's say I had shirts, hats, and beanies, and it's a $25 shelving fee. It'll be $75, 25 for each product. So you have that, and then you also have they take out. I think it's I don't know, like 10 to 25% for each sale, and so you have to mark up your products, because of that. You can say something like Lone Star Texas Ranger coming at you one gear. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. See, you guys are the professionals. You guys have the ideas here. Help me think outside the box. Texas Ranger, your music is really nice. You're the most. Man, smart kids of the age made the job. You're appreciate that, David. Yeah, we try to, teach our kids to respect others. Uh, just because we see what's going on out here in the world and everything is just so corrupt around us, so we try to keep them sheltered and well mannered, and that's why we homeschool them and teach them at home. And my wife, decides to stay at home with them, is so we don't have to send them, to the school system or anything. They can be right under us, right under our wing, and we can, teach them how we want them to be taught. And of course, the more time they spend with us, they're around us, the more supervised, they can be. But yeah, with the music, I've done a little bit of writing, just a little. Well, yeah, a little bit of writing. I'm still thinking about possibly dropping this next album, probably sometime next year. Because the album's about uh, what is going on out there? About 90% done. Uh, but I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I respect homeschooling. I'm hoping I can follow that back. It's definitely a job. I'll tell you that. Like growing up, I have five sisters and one brother. It was seven of us all together. My dad owned a trucking company, which is where I get this from. My dad owned a trucking company, and my mom homeschooled all seven of us. And so that's where we get the concept. One day, this is before my dad had passed. Actually, yeah, before we got married, we had went to my mom's house, well, to our parents' house, my parents' house, and we were just talking in general, and they were asking us all the kind of marriage questions. What's y'all's plans, and where y'all hope to see yourself in 10 years? Those kind of like interview questions. My family. Uh, and my dad asked my wife, do y'all plan on homeschooling? Y'all plan on public school? What do y'all plan on doing? And at the time, we didn't really know. We hadn't really talked about it. But of course, like by default, public school. And I would have a career, and she would have a career. And we told him we didn't really know. And my dad said, "Well, keep this in mind." He said, "When your kids, if you decide to put your kids in public school, like your kids are going to be with somebody else a majority of the day, in a majority of their childhood, which means they're going to be heavily motivated by somebody else rather than you." And when he said that, that stuck with my wife, because he said they're going to be at school from 8 to 4, or 7 to 3, 7 to 4 every day. By the time you get a hold of them at 5 or 6 o'clock after daycare, they have them for like 3 hours, and people go to bed. And then the following day, it's the same routine all over again. And so on our ride home that night, we had like an hour and 15-minute drive because we lived on the opposite side of town. We were fiance at the time, and she turned to me and she's like, "I want to homeschool our kids." She said, "I don't want somebody else to basically raise our kids." She said, "I want to be the one to raise them." What's going on, Rudy? Gotcha. Yeah, me too. I'm getting unloaded too. We were just talking about merch, Rudy. I talked to my shirt guy from back when I was in the music industry, and we're working on doing merch. So we're going to be working on T-shirts, bandanas, hats, possibly beanies. Um, so if you have any ideas, Rudy, let us know. Like different ideas for shirts and stuff. Yeah, your kid's working while you were cutting the grass. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was trying to teach him a little bit of hard work. I felt bad for him after a while because it was hot. It was super hot that day. And like my dad used to always tell me and my brother, if you don't work, you don't eat. If you do not work, you do not eat. And what's going on, Solomon? And my dad mentioned it took him practicing his words a few times to actually show us, like, I'm serious. You don't work, you don't eat. It's in the Bible. And it took him put that into practice a few times. Like, oh snap, he's serious. And that's where I get my whole work ethic from now. Ooh, socks, sunglasses. Ooh, fancy, fancy. El Campo, Texas. Hey, I just passed through there earlier today. I'm down here in Laredo. I came from home out there in Houston. I took 59 all the way. And actually, I'll be in Victoria. I'm delivering in Victoria next Friday, next week. So I'll be down there in your area, be a little. But actually, Rudy, it's funny you said sunglasses. Our sponsor, Visor Buddy, is actually working on some sunglasses. So we have some sunglasses actually on the way. So we have some on the way, actually. Did you get with Visor Buddy, Rudy? Oh, from Lufkin. Okay, you were the opposite side of 59. Yeah, it should have went viral. They should have. They, I felt bad for them because they kept wanting to go inside in the AC. And I kept telling them, like, no, like, you're not done yet. When you're finished, then you can go inside. I did let them take breaks every now and then to where they could, get a water break, of course, so they wouldn't pass out there in the heat. But I told them, you can go take a break, but you cannot go inside until we're done, because when you go inside, you're going to go inside and play. So while we're out here working, you need to finish working so you can go inside. Awesome, Rudy, sweet. And guys, Visor Buddy is giving away 10 free products. Tell them, Rudy. Rudy is getting some free products. Visor Buddy, they're going to be sending some free products out. They're coming out with some new stuff, and he wants to get your take on it. So I'm going to show y'all. This is one of them here. Let's see if that'll stay. Okay. So he has this product here, which I was using this one this morning. So these are for the cars here. He's going to come out with some larger ones for the 18-wheelers for the different size visors. So he has this one here that's going to be used for the automobiles and for the 18-wheelers. And of course, y'all know this one already. So I was using actually both of these this morning. So if y'all want some free stuff from Visor Buddy, reach out to him. I'm going to put his email down here. And he's going to send you guys some free products. All he's asking is that you pay for the shipping. And he's going to send you some free products for y'all to be the guinea pigs to test it out and to let him know what you think about the product. So y'all just send him an email and say, hey, Lone Star Texas Ranger says you're giving away free stuff. I'll be your guinea pig. Let me try it out. Let's see. I'm going to pin it there, so y'all just email them. Let them know y'all want some free stuff. Let's see. What we got here? Let me catch up. Lone Star, let me know. You get that merchants. Appreciate that, Rudy. Yes, sir. What do I use, guys, y'all know I'm cheap. You guys know I'm cheap. I use Apple Maps or Google Maps. Every now and then I'll use Trucker Pass or what's the other one? I'll use Trucker Pass or Truck Map, the free version. But I need to get some a better GPS. I just been too cheap to buy it. So let's see. Garmin 700. Is that pretty? The one I want is the diesel, like the huge one, like the one that's like 8, 9, 10 inches, like the big one. When I buy one, I want to get the big one. So I'm used to using my iPad that I'm talking to you guys on now. I'm used to using the iPad, and so I'm used to the big screen. And I'm blind, guys. I need a big screen. I'm nearsighted. I can only see stuff like right here. Yeah, they're expensive for sure. That's why I haven't bought one yet. Let's see. Let me catch up. like sweat shorts, the jogging shorts. Yeah, Mr. Odd and End. I was we had those back in the music industry days too. I was wearing those. Yeah, the 7-inch GPS. It's just so small. I need some. If I spend all that money on the screen, it's got to be a huge one. Let me see. When is Mrs. Texas Ranger having this baby? Actually, David, you can check out her YouTube channel, We the Spencer Family. So, guys, announcements. I was going to announce this on the video that I'm posting tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know since y'all are here. Uh, so we have the date for the C-section. So yesterday she had an OBGYN appointment. I think she did the whole registry at the hospital and everything. So the scheduled day for the C-section is, I'm going to let y'all guess. So it's going to be this month, okay? So the scheduled day for the C-section is this month. So and you know what? Whoever can guess the date, I will put your name an extra 3 times in our next drawing. So who can guess the C-section date? Okay, yeah, there you go, David. There you go. Yeah, she loves those s'mores. Mr. Auden in, shoot him my way. Cajun man, I've been with Landstar. I see y'all putting down the dates. When y'all put down the correct date, I'll let you know. Keep those dates coming. Cajun man, I've been with Landstar. This next week makes a year. I've been with Landstar. Next week makes a year with me being at Landstar. What do y'all think on that date? I haven't seen the right date yet. It's going to be this month, sometime in July. I'll give you all that hit. And I'll be sure to get footage. She's probably going to beat me up for getting for recording her while she's in the hospital. But I'll get some footage. But a majority of the footage is probably going to be on her channel. I see the dates, guys. I don't see the date yet. Nobody's put it down. Y'all keep skipping around the date. Nobody's got it yet. But she is scheduled for her C-section. Guys, you keep skipping around the date. Come on. There we go, Rudy. Rudy got it. July 23rd. Rudy got it. July 23rd is the date for the C-section. It's going to be on a Sunday. That way I can work that whole week. So Rudy, remind me to put you down for an extra 5 when we do our next drawing. And actually, guys, our next drawing is going to be some Visor Buddy products. But Rudy, I'll put you down on our cash drawing too, since you're already getting some Visor Buddy. So our next cash drawing, Rudy, I'll put you down. No, Rudy said the 23rd first. He said 23rd, then he said 24th. But yeah, so the 23rd, like I said, I'll get footage. And guys, here's a secret. I'm only going to tell you all 22 of you guys. So each of our kids have been C-sections. So for our firstborn, Josiah, she was in labor. She was in induced labor for 40 hours. 40 hours. That's over a day and a half. Almost 2 days of induced labor. So they scheduled an induction date. We went to the hospital. They put her on all the medications to intensify her contractions and stuff. And okay, Rudy. Will this be the last child? Jeff, if it was up to me, we would have been done 2 kids ago. If it was up to me. But she wants 5. And I told her she wants a big family. Because me, I grew up. It was 7 of us growing up. So, and with her, with her mom, it was 4 of them, and then with her dad, it was 2 of them. So collectively, it was 7 of them too. Yeah. So, with the Lone Star truck, I've had it for a year. I've had it for a year this month. But so she was in induced labor for 40 hours, and then they're like, well, the induction isn't working. Yeah, really? Wow, 10. Wow. Woo. Um, but the induced labor 40 hours. Then they said, well, it's not working, so let's go ahead and cut her open and take the baby out. And so the kids after that have all been C-sections. So I told her we'll see how this one goes as far as having more kids. If it's not a good idea for her to get pregnant again, because our kids, guys, Josiah and Zeke, y'all are gonna judge me. Josiah and Zeke are exactly a year apart. Josiah's birthday is December 1st, 2018. Zeke's birthday is December 12th, December 2019. So they are exactly a year and 11 days apart. When we were struggling just with Josiah financially, trying to figure out how to feed that baby, because Josiah ate a lot, he was a big kid. We found out when he was 3 months old that she was pregnant with Zeke, and so between Josiah and Zeke, they are exactly a year apart. Between Zeke and Genesis, they are about 18 months apart, and between Genesis and his new baby, Genesis' birthday was 2 days ago, they're almost exactly 2 years apart, and so they're pretty close. And so, if anything, I would want her to take a break from having pregnancies back to back to back, and and the C sections, because those C sections are hard. So if anything, but if they say no, it's not a good idea to have any more, then we'll look into adopting. Cajun Man, just letting you know, my buddy selling a '06 step deck. If anybody looking for a step deck, how much does he want for a Cajun Man? Because my buddy 18 Wheels, the guy who's helping him with his YouTube channel, he's Mr. Flatbed Step Deck, and he might be in the market pretty soon for a step deck. So how much does he want for it? So yeah, guys, we have all these kids. 15.5. Okay, I'll let him know, and I'll see if he's interested. But yeah, guys, having these kids back to back. What year is the International Lone Star? The International is 2015. I currently have, what was that? I have 785,000 miles. What's up, Heat? Where has Landstar taken you today? Where are you at? I'm out here in Laredo, doing a delivery right here off of I-35, and then I'm going to shoot over to the Landstar terminal to do a drop and hook. I got a load going out to Atlanta that pays $3,300 that delivers Monday morning. And so I'm going to go home for the weekend, go to Genesis' birthday party at the house, and then leave out first thing Sunday morning to go drop off Monday morning. Start my week off with 30. I think it's $3,300 bucks. And then, guys, like I mentioned earlier, with us getting this merch, we can, of course, there'll be some giveaways on that. And whenever I meet you guys in public, I will have, merch to give you when I see you in public. Pennsylvania. And then back to, Alabama, okay. Some merch stuff you can do, leashes for pets, hats, visor, shorts, Crocs. Okay, Mr. Outer got you. Yeah, whatever ideas you have, shoot them my way. What's going on, Howard? Okay, so 2015, so that's what time is that? That's about 8, about 8:15. Cajun Man, New Iberia. Okay, hey, what's up? Okay, Cajun man, yeah, I passed through there. I think I just passed through there last week, earlier this week, I think. Jeff. So it's brokers and it's agents and it's only owner operators, unless the only way you can be a company driver with Landstar is joining a fleet. So there's like some. Let's say for instance, a cab over we're thinking about getting. Let's say I decide to put somebody in that cab over. I'm considered at Landstar a fleet, and so I can pay you W-2 or 1099 with you being in that cab over, so you can be technically a company driver. But a majority of Landstar is owner operator only. Hey, any loads around? Yeah, I believe so. Uh, I usually pass through Mississippi. I think there was Laurel, Mississippi once or twice, maybe Jackson. I don't usually do a lot of Mississippi stuff, but I pass through Mississippi all the time. I'm actually going to be passing through there Sunday, going up to Atlanta. But there are loads out there in Mississippi. I don't know what they pay. I'm thinking no more than like $225, $250 a mile. I'm thinking, but that's my guess. I first talked to you and I thought you was test driving a W900. It was a nice truck, but I didn't want to pay. They wanted more than like 150 for that truck. And with the repairs it needed, I don't think they were going to fix all the repairs. I didn't want to pay 150 for that truck, especially with the truck prices coming down right now. So once I pay off this truck, so here's the plan as of now. When I pay this truck off, I'm probably going to put a driver in it and get my second truck. And so I don't know if I put a driver in this truck or in the next truck. Let me see. Before you go, can you show the engine? I'll I'll try. The hydraulics gave out on the hood, and so it is hard. It's super hard to open that hood up. But also I'm on the iPad. So actually I'll try to remember to record something today and post it on tomorrow's video when I do my post trip. That way you can check out the engine. Really enjoy both channels. Best of luck. Got the newborn. Appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you. This is a funny truck. Yeah, Mr. Out of End. I might go ahead and do that. And I'm thinking about selling those mud flaps that I have. Y'all seen the mud flap with the bear on it that says "Don't tailgate me, don't cut me off, don't ride in my blind spot." That was originally my dad's company, and when he passed, he left it to me. And at first, I wasn't going to do anything with it, but it's a great idea. It's just for safety. And he had that bear. He had a whole mascot. We used to go to the truck shows, to the Max truck show, and he have a booth, and we'd sell it. And he has a mascot bear out there and everything. And he had a little stuffed animals where you push it and it quotes the sayings. And then he had the T-shirts. He had everything. And so I'm thinking about doing that again too. Thinking about it. Guys, I have so many ideas. Big ideas with little money. So eventually I'm thinking about selling those. I'm going to rebrand it a little bit. But I am thinking about putting that product back on the market. I like your Dodge Ram. Got 2016. Yes, Occasion Man. So originally, the Ram and the Excursion were both my dad's. When he had passed, my mom was going to let everything go through probate and or like sell it or whatever. And I said, Ma, here's some cash. I'll buy it off of you. So I bought the Ram and I bought the Excursion from her. Because like I said earlier, it was 7 kids and it was 2 parents. There was 9 of us in the household. So the only vehicle big enough for all of us was the Ford Excursion. And so my dad, he bought the Excursion brand new, brand spanking new off the lot. And he also bought the Ram brand spanking new off the lot. And he worked on the vehicles himself for maintenance. And so I knew everything about those, and I used to help him growing up. So my mom was either going to sell them or let them go through probate, and she was actually going to give the Excursion away because it wasn't running. And I said, Ma, I'll offer you cash, and I will buy both vehicles off of you. And so we gave her some cash, and we we also gave her. Laura had a Lexus. We guys, at one point I had about 6 or 7 cars in my driveway. It was ridiculous. I had so many projects I was working on, and so I gave her Laura's Lexus, and I gave her Laura's old Chrysler Sebring that we had bought. So I bought Laura International QX. I can't think of the brand, but I bought her an Infinity SUV. And when I bought her that SUV, I don't believe in trading cars in because they cheat you out when they give you a trade-in price. So I've always kept my vehicles and just use them as projects. And so I gave her those 2 cars with some cash on top, and I got the Ram and the Excursion. And my dad was a believer in keeping vehicle stock. I'm not. And so the first thing I did when I got that Ram, my mom and sister were so mad at me. I threw the lift kit on there. I put the big tires on there. I put the tires under the wheel well on the Ram. On the Excursion, I put the touchscreen radio and stuff in there before somebody broke in and stole it out of there. On the Ram, I put bed lights in there. I did the sequential light kit that goes under the tailgate. I put the blacked out headlights on there, the blacked out tail light, the blacked out light that goes over, like the utility light that goes over the back window, the short antenna, the front off-road bumper on the front, the rear bumper on the back. The guys, I put so much time and money into that truck, but I got it all back. Fun fact, guys, only you guys are gonna probably hear this, unless I mention it later. Before there was a Lone Star Texas Ranger, I did Hot Shot. I bought a dually and I bought a Hot Shot 35 plus 5 trailer with the ramp, and I ran Hot Shot. But I started off trucking with that black Ram. I had rented a little 20-foot trailer first to kind of get my feet wet, and then we used to haul little small stuff, like little small amateur stuff just around town to hustle when COVID hit. We did that for a little while, and then I bought a 25-foot trailer to kind of grow a little bit. And then we sold that trailer, and then I bought the Ram dually, and I bought the gooseneck, and that's how I started trucking in that little bitty Dodge Ram. What are you thinking about semi Volvo? Okay, I'm gonna answer that question. You can ship all your merch to stores in Canada as Walmart, Menards, Minnesota. I can't buy online. Gotcha, Christopher. Okay. Christopher, we'll work out something. Shoot me an email with your contact info, and I'll just probably send it straight to your place of residency. Cajun Man, Volvo. I personally, this is my personal opinion, I do not like the Volvos. I've heard they're good trucks. I've heard they're reliable trucks. I personally don't like them. As y'all can see, I prefer the hood trucks. But as far as like economical, I like the Kenworth T680s. I don't even like the Peterbilt 579s. I don't like the way they look too much. But the Kenworth T680s is my economic truck of preference. That is my truck of choice. Next is probably the Cascadia. After that, I don't know. I don't know after that. Did you do any box truck business? No, I never did. I never did a box truck. The only time I've ever driven a box truck is if you categorize a U-Haul truck as a box truck. That's the only time I did that. I have done like the little cargo trailers, like the little box trailers that I used to pull behind the Ram, because I did do a few like moving gigs, like people moving from house to house or business to business. I used to rent out a little cargo trailer to move people's plates, move people's belongings. I've done it all, guys. I even worked at the auction when this. Actually, that's how I learned how to drive stick at working at the auction. Because at point, guys, we were broke as all can tell. And so I had gotten a job at the car auction, and I was one of the drivers. So when it's going through the lane, I would go grab the car and drive it through the aisle. So guys, when I tell you I have driven everything under the sun, I've driven every kind of car under the sun. But what I was doing, the reason I got a job at the auction was to learn the business. And so when I worked the auction for a couple of months, going through a what do you call it? I keep wanting to say talent agency. I'm not in the music business anymore. Like the workers agency, the labor agency, whatever you want to call it. I did that for like a month or two, learned the business, and then I was on the other end, saved enough money up, and I was buying cars from the auction and reselling them. And so I've literally driven every car under the sun out there. And then I learned that business, how to buy and sell the cars. And then when COVID hit, I was actually hauling the cars on top of that. So I've done quite a bit. Like when it comes to hustling and trying to make that money, that is something I don't fall short of at all. You know, because my family's got to eat, and so I've always been big on hustling and just providing for the family and making sure I can bring home the bread. If I ever come through Virginia, I was just out there about a month or so ago to Virginia and West Virginia. I don't go out there often because, as y'all know, I don't like dealing with DOT. I just don't have the time. Have you been to Minnesota yet? Yes, but only for a little bit. I don't recall where I went, but I have been through Minnesota. But just in passing, I didn't. That wasn't my final. Actually, you know what? I was back when I was in the music industry. Yeah, I've been to Minnesota. But on the trucking side, no. Just in passing, not as a final destination. Guys, these loads are coming in. So I already have my next week booked for next week. So next week, I'll give you all a sneak peek of what's to come for next week. Next week, we have, when I pick up my load when I deliver my load in Atlanta on Monday morning, I'm going to deadhead up to Pendleton, South Carolina, and there's a load that pays $13.30 going to Louisville, Kentucky. That's $3.20 a mile. Weighs about 39,000 pounds, about 420 miles away. So after Louisville, Kentucky, I'm going to Horse Cave, Kentucky, picking up a load, going to Hazelwood, Missouri, that pays $1,040, pays $3.15 a mile, 7,400 pounds, and that's about a 330 mile, 340 mile trip. And then from there, we're going to my favorite place in the world, St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, going home, guys. St. Louis, Missouri. Grabbing a load from St. Louis that pays $15.50, which is $2.31 a mile, going to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 670 miles or so, 35,000 pounds. Now, the reason I booked this load is because this guy here has a lot of loads and he wants to work directly with me. He wants to work kind of as like my personal dispatcher. So I went ahead and booked that load, but we'll see if his loads are any good or not. And so after Baton Rouge, we're going to Hahnville, Louisiana, which is, I think, it's just north of New Orleans. Pays $15.65, $3.43 a mile. It's about 460 mile trip, 12,500 miles. That load is going to Victoria, Texas, which is just outside of Houston, just southwest of Houston, about an hour and a half, 2 hours outside of Houston. So we'll drop that load off in Victoria, and I'll only be like 2 hours away from the house. So I'll go back up to Houston, pick up a load on that Friday, and sit on it until Monday. Either try to deliver it Monday or deliver it sometime on or leave out Sunday morning if it's far. And so right now the load alerts are coming in because I have it set for load alerts to where when I have it set to find for Landstar to find a load for me on that Friday coming out of Houston. And so far I haven't seen anything good. A lot of loads are either trying to go to Denver, Colorado, or going to Florida. And I'm not trying to go to either of those places. Or Iowa. Ohio, California, Los Angeles, yeah, right. Here's one going back up to Georgia for $1,600, pays $203 a mile, 42,000 pounds. I'm not trying to do that. So right now they're posting a bunch of crappy loads. Let's see. Right now, Solomon, I'm in Laredo, waiting to get unloaded. I've been here for about an hour or so already. Actually, I've been here longer than an hour, almost an hour and a half. And I'm just waiting on my little buzzer here to go off. And I haven't felt them touch me yet, so I'm going to be here for a while. Charlie, that is next to my agenda. I am going to start doing my own PMs on the truck. My dad used to do his own work on his truck, so I remember a little bit just from watching and learning from him. I'm tired of paying for PMs, and so I'm going to start eventually doing the PMs on my truck myself. What's the most you ever made per mile? About $7 a mile over here with Landstar. Actually, no, I lied. There was a run that I used to do from Houston to Laredo that paid $3,300. No, $3,100, 31.35. And that load, I used to run those at least once or twice a week. And those were $10.31 a mile. Those were last year. They were expedited loads. They were like between 42 to 45,000 pounds. They were super heavy, hazmat totes. So they had a lot of surge in them. But they paid $10.31 a mile. I used to run those loads about once or twice a week. Just two of those loads, guys. And they were dropping hook. Dropping hook in Houston, dropping hook in Laredo. Easy. They were expedited, super heavy loads, hazmat, flammable, 1993 loads. But now they pay $2,200, but still they pay $6.97 a mile. Right now. I haven't done them recently because, of course, everybody's trying to do those loads. A lot of people caught on to them. Like, that's a agent who does not post on the load board because they're good loads. People call them, for those loads now. But trying to deal with him, the guy is always so busy and dealing with a lot of people. It's hard to work with him. So I only get those loads as like a last resort. Actually, Jeff, you just gave me an idea. I'm going to see if he has one of those loads available. I'm going to text him right now. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. See, this is how we work together, guys. I'm going to get ahead of the game because it's Friday now. I'm going to see if he can get one available for next Friday. When I drop my load off down there in Victoria, on my way back home, passing through Houston, I can drop in, hook his load, and continue home if he has one Friday. If he doesn't have one Friday, I'll see if he has one either Saturday or Sunday because a load like that, I do not mind leaving home to go pick that up. I'm going to text them right now. I did not think about that, Jeff. Let's see. I could do it Friday. I could do it Saturday, Sunday. Next. Cool. I did not think about that. Let's see. What do you think about the International Polestar? I've driven one back when I worked with Cardinal Logistics. It was a solid truck work-wise, but a lot of the the buttons and the placements and stuff just didn't make sense. Okay, guys, they're gonna check. Y'all, they're gonna check to see if they have that run next week for me. Uh, as long as you get a Cummins, I think you'd be good as far as reliability. But as far as the buttons and just the structure of the truck, it had a lot of storage. It was user friendly when it came to space and storage, but not user friendly when it came to a lot of the buttons. The buttons were at a lot of weird places, and the cosmetics on the inside of the truck are really really cheap. But as far as reliability under the hood, it was a solid truck. Oh, really, Jeff? Okay. Yeah, David, I don't like these new trucks either. Um, in all honesty, when I finish paying off this truck, I'm gonna get something. My dad had a Freightliner Classic. I used to love that truck. Everything about it, I used to love it. The round convex mirrors on the sides, the wood interior, how easy it is to customize on the inside of that truck. Like everything now is plastic. Back in the FLD Freightliner Classic days, it was wood, and I used to love those trucks. And so after I pay this truck off, I'm gonna get a Freightliner Classic. Mr. Audit End, I'm not looking for another truck now. I'm gonna go ahead and pay this truck off, and once I pay this one off, I'm gonna jump into a next truck. And so I have delayed paying off this truck a little bit, just because the rates aren't there. I was going to try to have it paid off by the end of this year, but with the new baby on the way and the rates not being where they used to be, I'm going to delay that, push it back a little bit. We've been putting a lot of money towards the principal on this truck, so I'm going to slow down on that until I kind of figure out what the rates are going to do. But what I plan on doing is if we can get this YouTube up and going and jumping, I'm going to use that money to pay off this truck and then save up and then get another truck and dedicate that to the channel. And everybody involved, because, with the YouTube and stuff, I want to get y'all's names on the truck because y'all helped get that truck. Maybe on this truck too. I don't know. Technically, this is the Lone Star, so maybe I'll get y'all's name printed on this truck somewhere. But I want to dedicate, probably it'll be this truck. Dedicate this truck to the channel, and eventually I want to get a Freightliner Classic or a FLD. If not a cab over. Y'all know my cab over itch right now. But we will have a decision on that cab over hopefully by Monday. But yeah, David, not a lot of people agree with you. I get a lot of criticism in the comment section. You don't know how to run a business. You don't know what you're doing. You're gonna go out of business soon. You're gonna end up broke. Blah blah blah. You have the mindset of a company driver. This, that, and a third. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it live. But my wife and I are gonna do like a how Jimmy Kimmel does the mean tweets. She's either gonna read them or I'm gonna have 18 Wheels read them. I don't know. My wife will be nice because my wife, when she reads it, she's gonna be nice. I don't want nice. I want mean. 18 Wheels will be honored to give me a hard time reading those comments. So we're gonna read those comments and we're gonna do it on YouTube Live like I am now, so y'all get my live reaction off those comments. And so we're gonna go through and find all those critical comments, and we're gonna put them together, and he's gonna read them off. That way, y'all get a live reaction out of it. Okay, so the plans on the cab over. Yeah, Mr. Audit End. I'm subscribed to your channel. I'm trying to get my bitch up. People that other stuff. Appreciate that. Yeah, I subscribe to your channel. I don't know if you guys are in the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, you are tripping. I'm gonna put the link down here so y'all can click on it. But add yourself to the Facebook group because I always post everything on there instantly. Like what's going on in my life right there at that moment, I post it in the Facebook group. But if y'all ever see any trucks or have any ideas, or y'all just want to reach out to me on a one-on-one level, add yourself to the Facebook group, and Facebook group so we can keep in contact. But yeah, Mr. Cajun Man. Mr. Cajun Man. So, the plan with the cab over is only a project. It's a project that we're working on that I cannot disclose as of yet. Okay, Mr. Otter, and awesome. It's a project we're working on. I cannot disclose what's going on with it, but it's something that's going to benefit us as a channel, me as a truck driver, and you guys as well. If you are in the trucking industry, the project that we have for that cab over is definitely going to benefit you guys. I can't speak too much on it yet, but just know it is in everybody's best interest on that cab over. But it's just for a project that we're working on, and we can't wait. So we'll have an answer hopefully by Monday. On that cab over. Which guys, I love that truck. Oh man, it hurt to walk away from it. I was telling somebody the other day, it was like walking away from one of my kids. Seeing that cab over. Like y'all saw 18 Wheel's face. He looked at me like, "You're walking away from this truck?" Like he just kept turning around and looking at it like, "Wow." And our wives were in the car, just like looking at us and shaking our heads. Like, come on, y'all, get a grip, get a grip. They were almost giving us those kind of looks like, y'all don't even look at us like the same way y'all look at that truck. Guys, I felt a bump. We might be about to get unloaded. After sitting here an hour and a half, I don't know, we might be. I see a forklift back there in the mirror. I see two forklifts in the mirror. Come on, y'all, get me out of here, please. Appreciate that, Charlie. All right, Solomon. Be safe going out to Dallas. But yeah, Charlie, it's not that it bothers me too much. I'm just, my wife calls me, like, short-tempered. Not even short-tempered, but, I just don't have a lot of patience when it comes to BS. Like, it's one thing to be, like, critical and have constructive criticism. I don't mind that at all. But when you're being critical just to be critical, that's where I have the problem. Especially when you have no idea what's going on, why I made a decision. So I don't disclose everything that goes on in my life on the channel. Like what y'all see is probably like a third of what goes on, really. Like there's a lot more behind the scenes when it comes to our decision making. Uh, but what I need to work on is not responding. That's my problem. Because at first I used to respond to the negative comments, but my wife has gotten my behind about that, about responding. And so I have been good. I wasn't good last week. There was somebody that got under my skin last week, and I did respond. But other than that, I've been doing really good for now responding to people. But it's one thing to be critical, that constructive criticism, and it's just one, when you're just on some BS. Like I said, especially when you have no idea of what's going on behind the scenes. I drove a 1987 Cavalry International truck back in '93. Nice. Love that truck. Cajun, man, you're going to sound old, but '93 is the year I was born. That's the year me and my wife were born. Actually, guys, fun fact. Laura is a month older than me. Her birthday is September 6th, '93. Mine is October 4th, '93. She is a month older than me, and she lets it go to her head, too. And actually, now that I think of it, I think Laura, yeah, age range-wise, Laura was like the youngest I've ever, it wasn't been in a relationship. Everybody else has always been older than me. Like with her, only that month gap. All right, guys, I felt another bump. What are they doing back there? Okay, I think they're unloading the guy next to me. Ooh, 85, nice. So back in the good old days of trucking, huh? Man, I really wish. Every time I watch Smokey and the Bandit, I just think, man. And then look at old pictures of my dad and stuff. You know, in the of me being in a truck with him. Like even back in the '90s, when I used to ride with him. You know, those are the days of trucking that I miss. Appreciate that, Christopher. And actually, Christopher, you mentioned Canada. I'm working on getting how about to say my citizenship, my passport, so I can start hauling loads to Canada. It'll definitely be some good content for the channel. Y'all see me freak out going across the border. So there is a tour coming up with a pretty big artist, and the first wing of their tour, the first week or two of the tour starts off in Canada. And so I need to get my passport if I want to be a part of that tour. And so I'm working on it. I was supposed to have gotten it yesterday, but I have to do a lot more paperwork. And so actually that reminds me, I need to get my birth certificate. So you guys are reminding me of a lot of stuff I need to do. I'm out here tripping. But yeah, I need to get my passport so I can go to old Canada. Go out there where the nice people are at. See if y'all can give me some of that free health care out there, and so I can bring some of that back to the States with me. And guys, had I known I'm sitting here all this long, I would have taken a nap or something. Goodness. It's almost 3 o'clock now. They get me out of here by 4 o'clock. I can get to the Laredo Yard by 4:30. It'll be late. I won't be home until about midnight tonight. That sucks. And then Genesis' birthday party is tomorrow, and I'm not. Got to get up early and stuff. Oh, man. I've been in Mountain Canyon twice, but it's a long time. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm thinking about getting my passport just to kind of mix it up a little bit. But I will be freaking out with those Canadian laws, though. Like, uh, just to have to relearn those laws out there. And I will be sure to get some footage tomorrow, guys, of the birthday party. 18 Wills is going to be there. He's going to be barbecuing for us tomorrow. So I'll be sure to get plenty of footage of that. I've gotten blocked out. All right. Oh, really, David? Wow. He's the struggle is real. At some of these places, some of these shippers and receivers, the struggle is real. Christopher, I have not been to Canada yet. So I'm going to go ahead and work on getting my passport so I can take a trip out there. Really, Cajun man? So in other words, make sure I pack food to go so I don't have to buy food and water and stuff out there. Just looking to do something new. Oh man, I've been here. What time did I get? I got here at 1 o'clock on the nose. It's almost 3 o'clock. Almost been here 2 hours. They've unloaded everybody around. I guess this truck next to me was here before me. Oh man, guys. Well, I'm sitting here. I ain't making no money. All right, guys. Let me get off of here. Let me go in here and get on these people. Even when I walked in there, they were not in a hurry. Oh, Allied Van Lines. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I've hauled I think two of their loads before, maybe three. I guess there's some people moving from Mexico to the States, I guess, and so sometimes they have uh, home goods, and I guess Landstar may have a contract doing that. But what I do is I pick it up. I guess it comes from Mexico over to Laredo. I pick it up and I take it to like the van lines, one of their terminals, and they offload it off of my truck and they put it onto one of their moving trucks. And they take it to wherever household it needs to go. If I take it to whatever city it's going to, let's say it's going to Detroit, Michigan, I take it to the Allied Van Lines in Detroit, Michigan, and then they take it off the truck and then they deliver it to whatever subdivision, house, or wherever it goes. And moving guys, I don't see how y'all do it. I do not see. I don't have the. I'm too lazy for all that. Like, as y'all see, I like backing up into a dock and going to bed. And see my mom order stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, Cisco. Cisco is like a swear word to me. Every time I go to Cisco, they have me in a dock for like 5+ hours. There's always some kind of issue somewhere, somehow. They always seem to find an issue. So Cisco, I have a grudge against them. Guys, let me get off of here. Let me go get these people to hurry up so I can get out of here and eventually get home. But y'all be safe out there. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all have any ideas on shirts and merch and all that kind of stuff, let me know. And make sure y'all join the Facebook group. I always have it in the descriptions. Check out my wife's channel, We the Spencer Family. That's always in the description. And then 18 Wheels, thank y'all for checking out his channel. He released his first video, I think, yesterday. And y'all did go over there and show love to him. So thank y'all for that. In the meantime, y'all stay safe. This is Lone Star Texas Ranger signing off. And I'll catch y'all at noon tomorrow.